So today we're going to do something a little bit different. It's still book related, but I saw Jenna from Jenna Claire K, I think that's how you pronounce it. And she did a video called The Pressures of Booktube, and she actually made it based on another YouTuber's video. That's annoying. From, I can't remember who. I'll put their videos in the down bar, or you can click here for Jenna's video and here for the original creator's video. So click there if you want to go watch their story first, or you can watch it after mine. Maybe. Huh? Yeah? Okay. So they talk about the pressures of Booktube. We all know, if you're a viewer or if you're a creator, you know the pressures that come with Booktube. You want all the books. That is an idea of what I'm going to talk about today, my personal experience with Booktube. So I joined Booktube almost exactly a year ago. I joined on June 15th, 2014, and it is, let's see what day it is, May 26th. So there's less than a month left before my 1-year anniversary. And I thought it would be a good time to do this video because, you know, I've succumbed to the pressure of Booktube. I've had my share of it, and I'm here to share it with you. So let's start from the very beginning when I first started watching Booktube. The number one reason that I started watching Booktube was because of Divergent. I picked up the book at the bookstore because I had a friend of mine, like 2 years before that, talk about Divergent, and then I saw it in the bookstore. I'm like, oh, I'll pick it up, I'll give it a try, it might be good. Little did I know, it took over my world. So I was really amped up on Divergent. I had like a really big obsession with it, and then I went on YouTube to find some reviews from the book, and then I saw Christine's video from Poland Bananas Books, and from there on I was like, holy crap, there's this world of books on the internet that I didn't know about. So I joined right there. I subscribed to a bunch of people, and it just started right from there. I watched all of the videos from Christine. Like all of them. So because I watched all of her videos, I saw the world of books that existed that I didn't know about. So I immediately wanted all the books. I wanted to read them all, and I wanted to have them all. That was the first pressure right there. How am I supposed to read all of these books that exist? I'm way behind. I'm never going to be able to read them all. So I started small. I read all of the Divergent books first, and then which ones did I pick up after? I can't remember. I think I read like The Fault in Our Stars after, and then I went to Costco and the entire Mortal Instruments series was there, so I bought them all right there. And it was just a blast, and I had a lot of fun. So then June came around, and I was like, that's it. I want to be part of this community too. I want to be active in this community. So I went and made myself a Booktube channel, and this is what you're watching right now. My Booktube channel. Welcome. Even though you might not be a creator on Booktube, even if you're just a watcher, you know, I know, this is not, you can't deny it, you want all the books. You see the bookshelves and you're like, oh my god, I want that too. I want all the books. So then you go on a book buying rampage. So then you go on a book buying spree and you can't stop yourself, and all of a sudden you have all of these books that you haven't read and you get overwhelmed. I've been there, I'm still there. And the fact is, I only have like 17 books on my TBR pile, and I feel really overwhelmed. I've talked about this before in a previous video, but so I don't know what people with like 100 books on their TBR pile do. They must, like, I don't even want to think about it. Like, I have 17, and nah, that's enough. So now I want to talk a little bit about my book buying habits and the pressure of buying books if you're part of the Booktube community. If you're a watcher or a creator, it doesn't matter. Before I figured out that Booktube was a thing, I barely bought books. I never bought books. I think the last book that I had bought was like Mockingjay, like the year it came out probably. Yeah, so it had been a while since I bought a book. Watching Booktube made me want to get them all. I felt pressured to get them all because everybody read them, and I wanted to read them too because everybody seemed to love them, and I was just like, oh, I want to do it too. And I've never been a person to to fall under the what is that word? To cave under pressure, I guess. And with that came the pressure of doing book hauls, because if you're a YouTuber and you want to keep up with the rest of the crowd, you kind of have to do what they do, but you have to put your own style in it, and then that means book hauls, wrap-ups, reviews. That's pretty much, oh, and tags. So that's pretty much what the entire Booktube community is. I can't speak today, sorry guys. Like the two other girls were saying in their videos, you feel pressure to have a lot of books in your book hauls and to do monthly book hauls, but that's not really possible because books cost a lot of money, and people who buy 10,000 books a month, I don't know how they do it. Props to you, you're amazing, and you have a huge TBR pile. Yeah. I barely do book hauls. I do them like maybe a few times a year when I have a decent amount of books, because I mean, I know this is how it works. You don't want to watch a book haul with 2 books in it. It's not the most entertaining thing in the world. You want to watch a book haul with like 10 plus books. And that's why I only do book hauls like every few months, because I only buy a few books a month. I don't buy 10 books a week or like 2 books a week to make a book haul. So for me, waiting a few months to do a book haul doesn't bother me at all, because I know that I'll have something fun to film. And another thing, you want to film something that you want to do. So I don't want to film a book haul that's 2 books long. That's not fun for me or for you watching. I want to film a book haul that I can have fun with the camera, that I can have fun with my books, goof around, and have something to talk about, have something to show you, because I want to give you something that people will want to watch and that I want to film. So it kind of goes both ways. You can cave under the pressure of buying a lot of books, but if you want to have a lot of books on your book haul, that's great. If you want to have 2 books in your book haul, that's great too, but I want to show you a lot of books. Now, I'm just rambling, so I'm gonna skip to the next subject. Now for some reading habits. We all have a different type of reading habit. So let's just put them out there. You have the casual reader. This reader takes a book once in a while, once a year maybe. He or she heard about this book online or from a friend, and they were like, oh, that sounds cool, I'll give it a try. I'll do my reading for this year. Done. Second, you have the active reader, I guess let's call it, where you read pretty constantly, but you don't read like a ton of books a year. You don't have this huge TBR pile. You just, you read. You're a reader. You call yourself a reader. That's what you are. Next we have the avid reader. This reader is part of us. It's part of us, us booktubers, us book avid people. We read a book like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Let's say like for a book haul, you'd have like 4 books a month. So once a week you would read a book. And then you have the diehard fast speed alien readers, okay? These readers, I don't know how they do it. It's, I don't know. They read like 10 books a month, and they're like, I just read 10 books, it's no big deal. It's a regular thing for me. Find yourself in this list and be proud of it. No matter what you read, if you read 1 book a year, if you read 1 book a month, if you read 10 books a month, be proud of what you read, because reading is important. I know it sounds cheesy, but it is, because if we stop reading, the world will end, okay? So find yourself in this list and be proud of it. It doesn't matter if you read slow or if you read fast, you are a reader and you should be proud of it, okay? Okay. So no matter what you're on that list, the list is gone, but no matter what you were on that list, you will feel the pressure probably of reading more. No matter if you read 1 book a year or 10 books a month, you will feel the pressure to read more, because other people will always be faster than you. Unless you're the fastest person on Earth, then I'm sorry, you're just an alien. You're not even human, I think, so nobody can beat you. My average is 4 books a month. A book a week, I'm the avid reader. I'm not the crazy person that reads 10 books a month. I'm the avid reader who reads 4 books a month. So the next thing that I want to talk about is the pressure of having the same opinion on a book as everybody else. And trust me, I've had this happen to me a lot, especially on 2 specific books. The first one was The Fifth Wave. Yeah, everybody loved this book when I heard about it the first time. And I was like, whoa, if everybody loves it this much, I'm gonna love it too, probably. So I went and picked it up at the bookstore, read it, and man, was it ever boring, and I didn't like it at all. Like, at all. So, you know, I didn't like the book at all, so I'm using it as a tripod right now. I'll show you my setup right now. This is actually what I film on. This is a CD stand, and I just put a book on. Today I'm sitting down, so I don't have the same setup as I usually do. Usually this is not a book, it's like a box of shoe, and then another box of shoe on top, and then the camera's there because I stand up. But today I'm sitting down, so I got my camera on the what's it called? The Fifth Wave. See, I don't even care that much about it. I don't know the name. And the second one is The Darkest Minds. Yeah, isn't it bad? Isn't it bad? Like, The Darkest Minds. Like, probably the most hyped book ever on Booktube, and I don't like it. What does that say about me? I don't know. And also, if you hear about a book that's being really hyped up and it doesn't interest you, don't feel pressured whatsoever to go and buy it, because heck, why would you want to buy a book that you know you're not gonna like? I'm really upset that I bought 2 books that I thought I was really gonna like and I didn't like them. So, you know, you live and learn. You can't be afraid to share your opinions on Booktube because, you know, you just gotta. That's what Booktube is here for, your opinions on books. And if you don't share what your real opinions are, you're not being honest with yourself and you're not being honest with your viewers, and it's just not a good relationship to have with the book and with yourself and with the viewers. I'm going deep here. So just don't be afraid to share what you really think about the books, and everything will be okay. You won't die because you said you didn't like the book. I just bashed 2 really hyped books right now and I'm still alive, okay? So don't worry, you will live through it. So that has been my opinion on the pressures of Booktube. So I hope this helped you understand me a little bit more on my views of the pressures of Booktube, and I hope you guys took something from it, and leave a comment down below telling me what you felt pressured about Booktube when you started watching or creating videos. I would love to know, compare, and just, you know, help each other out, help each other cope with this pressure, because like it or not, it exists and you just gotta do your best. You gotta take some and leave some. You know, don't buy all the books. Just take the ones that you're genuinely interested in. Peace out.